I want Ghanaians to understand me very well because it's a burning issue. We will not incarcerate our citizens for the possession and use of cannabis. I want to state again, a CPP government will not incarcerate citizens for the possession and use of cannabis. The sentencing regime for such offense is 10 years. What we have been doing all these years is that we grab a 38-year-old citizen, throw the person, lock the person up. The person is supposed to return at age 48. What purpose is that? I'm not talking about the law or legalization. Keep your law. Have your law. Arrest them. But I'm saying after you have arrested them, let's be magnanimous. Let's be humane with the sentencing. Instead of sentencing somebody for 10 years, a youthful person for 10 years, why don't we let them come and work on the state farms? Why don't we let them come and work on the construction sites? Why don't we let them come and work on the rail lines? These are manpower. These are human resources we need for rapid development. If we want to develop, we need manpower. Anybody who did basic economics, I did economics from 1 to upper 6. So I understand. Basic economics demands that raw materials need other resources, such as manpower. If you have raw materials and you don't have manpower, you can produce. So production is hinged on manpower. I'm simply saying that we will reform the judicial system, we reform the sentencing, where we are not incarcerating any Ghanaian youth for the possession of cannabis. Those whose issues are adverse and need rehabilitation, we will rehabilitate them. But the core issue here is that instead of keeping our youth under lock and key, incarcerating them, when these are the manpower we need on the rail lines, on the construction sites, on the state farms, I'm saying as a lawyer who understands the system that we will not incarcerate them, we'll put them to good use. Today we all know that the Chinese, they send a lot of people all over the world. And I know journalists and I know people who follow these current affairs know that some of the Chinese they bring to other countries. We hear they are people who are ex-convicts or even prisoners. So if the Chinese think that people can come and work and earn them foreign exchange than locking them and keeping the keys, what are we doing? So this is a clarion call. I want to ask the question again. Who among us, or which parent in this country, will be in the office and a phone call will come through that your son, he was picked up by the police. What it is, he has some cannabis in his pocket, and the court has sentenced him for 10 years. I want to see any Ghanaian parent who will clap his hands or her hands for me. So there's too much of hypocrisy when it comes to this subject. Modernizing the nation and modernity demands that we move a step forward to make society a better place to live. If no Ghanaian parent will clap his hands, clap her hands, that a judge just sentenced your son or your daughter 10 years, your son who is 38, you have just been told that he's going to be locked up and he will return at age 48. No Ghanaian parent will clap. So the argument is that it is needless incarcerating the resources that we need as manpower to move this country forward. This is a very serious judicial reform that a CPP government will bring. We must not misquote the debate. I'm not talking about the law. You can keep your law. Keep your law and keep arresting them. I'm saying that when you arrest them, when you are sentencing them, going to dump them for 10 years and wasting their useful energy and wasting the manpower of this country is needless. Let them come and work on the state farms. Let them come and work on the construction sites. Let them come and work on the rail sites, because CPP want to build more rail lines, we want to build more infrastructure. We need a manpower to build the infrastructure. And the Chinese have told us that more hands develop a nation. So this judicial reform is very key because I'm a lawyer and I understand the argument.